So, welcome back on the Nemesis. We are back on our journey with the pilot and the mechanic. Just a quick reminder of where we ended yesterday. So, this is what the pilot had to do. Ship must reach Earth, which means the ship must be functioning, and the pilots got to be in the hibernation chambers. And this is what the mechanic had to do. The mechanic has to send the signal, and the ship has to be destroyed. Or the nest has to be destroyed. The nest is quite hard to destroy, so the mechanic's going to be working against the pilot. We finished, I think, our fourth round, so we're on counters on 11, and we get started with our next round, I think. So the pilot's going to choose 5 cards. Pilot's got a light wound and has been slimed, and the mechanic's got 1 light wound, two light wounds, and had a serious wound which we fortunately managed to get rid of. So let's see what the pilot does today. So the pilot's got 5 cards. Where is our pilot? Ooh, yes. So the pilot is. How did the pilot land up here? Can't remember. But anyway, let's get started. So the pilot's going to start. So the pilot's going to move 1 to the evacuation room, and I think then pilot's going to drop one of their search cards because we're not searching anymore. So that's pilot action 1. The pilot's going to roll for noise as always. Let's see where we get on noise. Number 3. So we put a noise token on corridor 3. Well, that's really bad news. Everything on the Nemesis is really bad news. So we had a noise token in corridor number 3. So we're going to draw an intruder token from the bag. I mean, our luck is just terrible. Another adult alien. So, as you can see, the ship is infested now. This one is in our malfunctioning room, right next to where we are. I'm going to turn the camera a bit so we can just see this alien attack. So we've got one sitting right there. We've got another Queen Mother here, and the third alien right there, and we are both stuck there. So now the first thing we check is whether a surprise attack occurs. The alien's token number was 4. We've got 4 cards, so there's no surprise attack, so that's fortunate. We don't have ammo, we don't have anything. This is absolutely terrible. I'm wondering whether the pilot can do a repair and maybe fix the malfunction marker, so the mechanic can maybe get something from the evacuation room. So I'm going to try that. So the pilot's going to discard this and 1 more card to remove this malfunction marker. And then we are off to the mechanic. The mechanic's 5 cards are here. So the mechanic is going to start by doing a free search. He's going to do a search action, and I think we're going to go for weapons. We really need the weapons. We could have gone for medical kit, but let's go for weapons. And what has he got? He's got fully load ammo or open close 1 door. So I think not great options, but I think we're going to go for the fully load ammo. So he has got a shotgun with ammo too. So I think he's going to load his ammo again. He's got 2 ammunition, which he's taken back, and he's going to try and attack the intruder. So let's hope we get a hit. He has got a hit, so that's fantastic. He's got 2 hits, and 2 hits is pretty good, I think. Now we've got to draw an intruder attack card to see whether We've hit the intruder for more than 2. No, it's 5, so nothing really happens, but we place our 2 attacks on the intruder, right? Excuse me. So that's the pilot's 2 turns. That's the mechanic's 2 turns done. And we go back to the pilot. I think the pilot's going to do exactly the same. The pilot's going to search. And to search, he can rest, he can do computer skills, interruption. So I don't think the pilot can search because the item counter is 0. Yeah. And the pilot doesn't really have a search card. So I don't know what the pilot can do. The pilot can escape. I think the pilot is going to try and escape. And to escape, you've got to discard 1 card. So I'm going to discard this one. I think the pilot doesn't really have very good cards. But before you escape, you're going to resolve an intruder attack card, and we are going to hope we survive. So I think we did survive because this is for the mother and the larva, but we have an adult. So we got lucky. We've survived the intruder attack. That's fantastic. So that's the pilot's first action. The pilot's then going to discard another card to check if the engines are working. So to check if the engines are working, the pilot's got to discard 2 cards. And I'm going to discard these 2. We know the first engine there is working. This is damaged. But we don't have a repair card right now, so we can't repair it. So that's where we are going to end the pilot's turn. The pilot's used up their cards, and then we go to the mechanic. So the mechanic's going to try and have another shot at the alien with his last piece of ammo. And he's going to roll. Well, we've got to discard a card first. We're going to discard one of the contamination cards. He's got 2 hits again. Fantastic. I'm hoping we've got it, which is not the easiest thing. Let's resolve an intruder attack card. We've still not killed it. That's terrible. It's 5. So that's a pity. We've used up all our ammo and we've still not managed to kill the intruder. And that's the... Have I used all the pilot stuff? No. So I think the mechanics got used up their cards. So I'm not in great shape. Pilots used up her cards. So I think that's the end of the round as far as I'm concerned. So we go into maintenance mode. We start by moving the time track 1. We've done that. There's no self-destruct yet. Intruder attack. So let's see what the intruder does to our poor mechanic. Well, that's the adult. Character suffers 2 light wounds and gets 1 contamination card. Terrible. So 2 light wounds. He's already got 2 light wounds. And that means... So that basically means the character's got... we discard the 2 light wounds. Take a serious wound. You get 4 action cards instead of 5. So we're in trouble here. And you still get 1 contamination card. So here, next time you probably draw another contamination card. So that's the effect on that one. The pilot ends their turn. Intruder attack is done. And we do the last thing, which is we resolve an event card. Let's see what's happening on the event. Lurking. Remove from the board all intruders which are not in a room with the character. Put their tokens in the intruder bag. That is really good. So wherever we're not under attack from an intruder, it goes back in the bag. We got lucky with this event. That's the kind of event we need. That's absolutely amazing. So this one, the Queen Mother, we discard the Queen Mother. Get lucky with this one as well. This adult's gone. And essentially, we put 2 tokens back. We put an adult token back, and we put the Queen Mother token back in the bag. So that's great. We got really lucky there. Gives us some time to do our objectives now. So what do? So we finish that. We start the next. We finish the event into the bag. We start our next round. So let's hopefully we start our next round now, and let's shuffle the cards. We've got some contamination cards now in our hand, which are not very helpful. So the pilot can draw 5 cards still, 3, 4, 5. But let's not forget the mechanic only gets 4, and he's still 1, 2, 3, 4. Excuse me. So first player So the first player is going to be the pilot, and what are we going to do with the pilot? We've got this the wrong way around. Oh, we make mistakes. I think you can search. Rest, search. I think because we can't fix this, we don't have a repair card. I'm going to try and get the pilot there, because at least you can see if the other engine's working. So let's go here first. Let's explore this. This is the surgery. I can perform a surgical experiment, but I don't have any alien eggs. Oh, look at our luck. It's on fire. Before that, when we go there, we roll for noise. So let's roll for noise with our wonderful noise die. Silence. Silence for the pilot doesn't mean much, because silence actually means a lot more noise in each corridor, because the pilot has slime. So there's going to be, the pilots come here, and there's noise here, here, and here. That is not good again for the pilot. So that's pilot's action 1. We discarded 1 card, which was search, and we're going to discard another search card. Well, actually, maybe we discard I'm going to discard a rest card, because I don't have contamination cards, I think. And I am going to move here and make another noise roll. So let's make a noise roll. Pilot, let's do this. 3. 3, 3, 3. I got really lucky here, because 3 and 4 is on the technical corridor. So which means I place this token here in the technical corridor, and I finished my 2 turns or 2 moves, so I can't search anymore. So pilot's finished 2. Mechanics run out of ammunition. Oh no, mechanics got 1 ammo, I think. It's got 1 ammo. So I'm going to roll and try and get rid of this intruder. So discard 1 ammo. Let's get this. No, we missed. So that's a waste of a turn. We discard one of our 4 cards to do this turn, which is the contamination card. And I think we're going to run. So we're going to run somewhere. We've got to get away from this terrible alien. I think we're going to try and get here because there's a technical corridor here, which means I can jump. So we're going to try this, and we're going to discard one card, computer skills. But let's not forget, because we've moved away from an intruder, we've got to resolve an intruder attack card. Claw attack. So that's a adult sign, so it hits us. Character suffers 2 light wounds and gets a contamination card. So it's really bad shape. So we already got 1 serious wound. Got 2 more light wounds, which means we could, and we get another contamination card, which is fairly useless. So that's the 2 turns for the mechanic done. Let's see what our pilot can do. The pilot right there. I think pilot's going to discard 2 cards. It's going to discard 2 cards to look at the token there, see if it's working. It's damaged, and we are in really bad shape because the pilot needs to repair it. Doesn't have any repair cards. So unless he repairs one of the engines, then maybe he can get back to the hibernatorium and hibernate. And the ship's set for Earth, as we know. And the pilot wins. That's the only hope. So anyway, the pilot's done their cards. Let's go to the mechanic. The mechanic escaped. I think the mechanic is going to jump to another technical corridor. I think it's going to go here, airlock control. So the first action, oh, but there's too much noise there. I wonder if there's another technical corridor. I think it's going to go to the same one as the engine and then just sort of walk somewhere else. So he's going to join the pilot there, and he's discarding an old card. So the pilots got their last card, which is knowledge of the ship, or they could just move to the generator. I think the pilot needs to repair that. So they are going to go to the... So I think the pilot could either go there or to the engine room. Do we have the engine room anywhere? I can't see the engine room. Laboratory, cabin, surgery, air control, generator, armory, shower room, fire control, comms. No engine room. So I think the pilot's not going to go anywhere. Open, close one door, or look at one unexplored room tile. So he's going to look at one of the unexplored room tiles to see if he can find an engine room, and then try and make a journey back. Everything here is explored, so I think we're just going to look at this to see what it is. Hatch control system. That's to lock an escape pod. So this is not a very useful room. It's worth knowing. And that's the end of the turn. So we go back to housekeeping. We move the counter to 9. Next thing, we don't have any intruder attacks at the moment. Fire damage, no fire damage yet. Resolve an event card. Event card, damaging fire. Place a malfunction marker in each room with a fire marker. Place a fire marker in each neighboring room with a fire marker. Fire does not spread through closed doors or technical corridors. Oh, that's... Thank you. You're not being very helpful. So let's go. So we've got to take our fire tokens and malfunction markers. So where do we have fire? We have fire here. This is a closed door, so this is malfunction. And so the fire room has malfunctioned, but there's the connected rooms are all on fire. This is on fire. This is on fire. So where else do we have fire? So we've got fire there, a malfunction token here, and we've got fire here as well. And I think that really means that we've lost. I think so. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 fire markers. So I think there's 8 fire markers. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just turn this a bit, and you can see 4 fire markers there. And that basically means that the Nemesis is on fire, and our poor pilot and mechanic, they tried really hard working against each other. They got rid of some aliens, some intruders, but basically the Nemesis is on fire, and although the coordinates were set to Earth, one of them couldn't self-destruct on time. Well, actually, does the well, no. He had to send a signal. The mechanic, he didn't do that. So both characters still on the Nemesis in Engine 1, burning down as the ship was sort of hurtling toward Earth and met a grisly death. I don't know what happened to the intruders when the ship reached Earth and sort of blew up. But they then infested Earth or didn't make it. So that's my second playthrough of Nemesis. Hopefully getting better. I'm going to try another character the next time. Probably not the pilot. I didn't like the pilot that much. I've got a medic character, so I'm going to try the medic, which could be quite useful, and try and mix things around. And then maybe do some of the expansions. But before I do any of the expansions, I think I've got to win one core game at least. I haven't won any so far. But it's been fun dying on the Nemesis. Thank you, everybody.